Starting at measure 86. Here we go. Ready? Sorry, I had to call an audible there. Sine nomine.
Welcome to the 2019 Furman University Spring Commencement Exercises. You may now rise for the entrance of the platform party.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you join me for our invocation? Holy One, we've gathered this afternoon to celebrate the accomplishments of our students and our relationships with them. As faculty, staff, administration, family, and friends, we have offered our prayers, our insights, our encouragement as these men and women have learned, matured, and become good citizens of our world. We're thankful for the opportunity to walk the path of learning together, that we have been here in this place together. We hope and pray that our work with these graduates has accomplished what our university's character and values claim, that a Furman education has fostered within them a sense of social justice and has encouraged the exercise of civic responsibility in creating a fair and equitable order, that a Furman education has opened their eyes and hearts to ways of being that solve human problems, that a Furman education has given them the ability to affirm the worth of the life of learning, the life of faith and integrity. We look to these graduates with hopeful eyes and glad hearts, knowing they have the potential to make a difference, to contribute in the creation of a world where justice and love are more than sentiment, where hope and peace are tangible, and where the light of goodness is too bright for evil to make its way. Thank you for the wonders of learning, celebration, and community. May our celebration this afternoon and our lives reflect appreciation for these good gifts. Amen. You may be seated.
Good evening and welcome to this commencement ceremony in Furman's 193rd year. We're delighted that so many parents, friends, and relatives are here to share this evening with the undergraduate and graduate degree candidates who are the stars of the show. As members of the class of 2019 entered the arena, they were joined by the distinguished members of the class of 1969, who are our special guests as they celebrate the 50th anniversary of their own graduation. Would the members of the class of 1969 please stand and be recognized? Your presence with us tonight symbolizes the vital links between Furman's past, present, and future. Ladies and gentlemen, you honor us with your presence. We thank you for your support, your commitment, and your loyalty to Alma Mater, and for your willingness to be part of this evening's festivities. The members of the class of 1969 will now join their guests to enjoy the rest of their reunion evening from the Pierce Horton Football Complex. This year, aside from bidding farewell to the class of 2019, we are also saying goodbye to 13 members of the faculty who are retiring. As I call each of their names, I ask that they stand and remain standing until we have recognized all of them. So please hold your applause until the names have been read. John Stephen Beckford, Professor of Music, a member of the faculty for 43 years, including 8 years as Vice President of Academic Affairs and Dean of Faculty. Paul Martin Cook II, Professor of Mathematics, joined the faculty 43 years ago. Giles Olivier Jean-Pierre Einstein, Professor of Psychology, has taught at Furman for 42 years. Leslie Wayne Hicken, Professor of Music, has served at Furman for 26 years. Lon Bishop Knight Jr., Professor of Chemistry, has been a member of the faculty for 48 years. Paul Gregory Koistra, Professor of Sociology, joined the faculty 33 years ago. Marianne M. Pierce, Professor of Business and Accounting, has served Furman for 22 years. William James Pierce, Professor of Health Sciences, has been a member of the faculty for 36 years. Douglas Frank Rawl, Professor of Mathematics, has taught at Furman for 43 years. Daniel Craig Slaughter, Professor of Mathematics, joined the faculty 33 years ago. William Davis Thomas Jr., Professor of Music, has been a member of the faculty for 30 years. Laura Catherine Thompson, Professor of Biology, has taught at Furman for 32 years. Diane Catherine Vecchio, Professor of History, joined the faculty 23 years ago. Now, please join me in thanking these professors for their service, teaching, and scholarship. The accomplishments of the class of 2019 reflect their talents and hard work, but they also reflect the efforts of a supremely dedicated group of professors and staff members. With this in mind, I would like to ask all members of the faculty and staff to stand so that we may recognize their contributions to this graduating class. In addition, I want to thank the members of the Symphonic Winds, directed by Dr. Leslie Hicken, and the Furman Singers, conducted by Dr. Hugh Floyd. These instrumentalists and singers, as well as our student ushers and marshals, have postponed their return home for the summer to help make this evening special, and we very much appreciate it. It's also a pleasure to share the podium tonight with Aaliyah Imani Grace King, who will deliver the student address. You will hear from her shortly, but first, I invite Mary Emily Morrow, President of the Class of 2019, to come to the podium.
Since arriving on campus 4 years ago, the Class of 2019 has demonstrated a profound passion for learning, a dedication to service, and strength in unity. We are a group of more than 600 individuals who recognize the privilege of attending a university that invests in its students as a whole, not just in the classroom. We have experienced the unique opportunity to work and serve at Furman and in the Greenville community, applying our skills from the classroom to gain new perspectives through the support of our mentors, teachers, and peers. Each of us has taken a different path to this day, driven by our diverse passions. What binds us is our developed commitment to serve others in the community that has transformed us. Every step of the journey has been an integral part of our Furman experience. Over these past years, we have seen distinct qualities in each other: our capacity for compassion, for support, and for unity. Above all of our celebrations today, these are the traits that we should be most proud of. It is for that reason that the Class of 2019 has decided to leave a legacy of philanthropy through the Furman First Gift by donating to the Furman United Scholarship in the name of our class. Furman United ensures that current students who have experienced an unexpected economic hardship have the ability to remain at Furman. As graduating seniors, we have all had the opportunity to experience what the Furman community offers, and we want our legacy to ensure that other students have the same. Thank you to all of the students, families, and community members who have donated to our class gift. President Davis, on behalf of the Class of 2019, it is my great privilege to present the university with a gift of over $62,650 in support of Furman United.
On behalf of everyone at Furman, I thank all of the graduates who contributed to the senior gift. And now would Dr. George Shields, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, please come forward to announce several major awards. Board of Trustees Chair Alec Taylor will join me in making the presentations.
I invite the following members of the Class of 2019 to come to the platform in the order in which you are called. Please remain on stage until all awards have been received. Lauren Elizabeth Bixby, Caroline Maria Daly, Jack Harrison Ligon, and Quincy Daniel Mix. The Donaldson Watkins and the Bradshaw Feaster Medals for General Excellence are awarded each year by the faculty to outstanding senior graduates. The awards are based on scholarship, general culture, participation in college activities, and high moral character. In 2019, the Donaldson Watkins Medal is presented to Caroline Maria Daly of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The Bradshaw Feaster Medal goes to Lauren Elizabeth Bixby of Greencastle, Pennsylvania. The Furman University Scholarship Cup is awarded to the students with the highest grade point average of the senior class. This year, the Scholarship Cup is awarded to Lauren Elizabeth Bixby, Caroline Maria Daly, Jack Harrison Ligon, and Quincy Daniel Mix. Tonight, we also recognize members of the faculty and staff for their outstanding work as academic advisors and teachers. At this time, it is my great pleasure to invite the following individuals to come to the front of the platform. Professor Rhett Bennett Bryson, Professor Susan Smart Diamato, Professor Linnea Ruth Freeman, and Professor Ilka Rasch. The Alistair G. Furman Jr. and Janie Earl Furman Award for Meritorious Advising is given annually to a member or members of the faculty or staff judged to be exceptional academic advisors to our students. For 2018-19, we are presenting 2 Meritorious Advising Awards. One goes to Susan Smart Diamato, Professor of Physics. A second Meritorious Advising Award goes to Ilka Rasch, Associate Professor of Modern Languages and Literature. The Alistair G. Furman Jr. and Janie Earl Furman Award for Meritorious Teaching is given annually to a member or members of the faculty in recognition of teaching excellence. For 2018-19, we are presenting 2 Meritorious Teaching Awards. One goes to Rhett Bennett Bryson, Professor of Theater Arts. A second Meritorious Teaching Award goes to Linnea Ruth Freeman, Assistant Professor of Biology and Neuroscience.
I would now like to introduce our student speaker, Aaliyah Amani Grace King. It sounds like they might not know who you are, so I'm going to tell them a little bit. That's okay. Amani Grace is a Communication Studies and Politics and International Affairs major from Greenville. She was inducted into the Honor Society of both majors and is graduating with honors. Her strong classroom performance in communication studies and the use of her voice to support, empower, and uplift others garnered her the department's Endo Medal for excellence in rhetoric and oratory. Most recently, Imani Grace was notified that her co-authored paper, Framing the Vote, a comparative content analysis of election coverage in the United States and Brazil, has been selected for presentation at the International Association for Media and Communication Research in Brazil in July. Imani Grace's accomplishments extend to outside the classroom as well. She has held 2 coveted internships, one with South Carolina Educational Television in Columbia, and the other with the Shy Center for Sustainability, a project she developed on social and environmental justice. While an intern for the Shy Center, she was named a Millennium Fellow by the United Nations Academic Impact Network. In addition, Imani Grace was a member of the Riley Advance Team, a member of the student advisory boards for both of her majors, and a lead student consultant for the Writing and Media Lab. After graduation, Imani Grace plans to work at DFS Creative Concepts, a marketing and PR agency in downtown Greenville. Please welcome Imani Grace King.
Thank you, President Davis. As a communication studies and politics and international affairs double major, I haven't had a lot of opportunities to take classes outside of my disciplines. But this last semester of college, I was finally able to. While looking through the course catalog, I had a brilliant epiphany. I thought, I am a human who is developing. I should take human development. I know, it's like so insightful. There are many aspects of this course that struck me. For example, I like that we started off just talking about the act of aging. So before I knew it, I was examining myself for gray hairs while reading the Magic School Bus to 3rd graders for my required field work. However, in my opinion, the most thought-provoking element of this course was its simple definition. Human development is defined as the study of how humans both change and remain the same over time. And if we think about it, that is reflected in our journey here at Furman. There are things about us that are the same as when we were freshmen, but there are aspects about us that are profoundly different as graduating seniors. I think our families, friends, coaches, and professors can attest to this change. In the course, we discuss domains of development, and I would like to focus on 3 areas where we've grown while at Furman. The first is physical. We learned, usually the hard way, that we cannot eat Einstein's pizza bagels at 1 a.m. and wonder why we are sluggish and tired the next day for 8:30 class. Or in my experience, I learned that just because I hang out with student athletes does not mean I should eat like I too had a 3-hour practice that day. Or all the plans to go to the Furman gym and we never did, and our idea of physical fitness was running to class in hopes of not being late. This does not apply to our valiant student athletes, however, who had to face the unnerving choice of eating, sleeping, or studying, but like you could never choose all 3. That's tough. But then we took the mandatory health and wellness class and had an existential crisis about our unhealthy habits. We then developed a normal sleep schedule, and we ate foods that were naturally green, and we valued the idea of exercise and self-care. The second domain is emotional. As underclassmen, or like every year at Furman, we cried in the basement of the library from stress. I must admit, we kind of resented our professors because we were sure that there was a conspiracy among them. Because like, how else could you explain papers, projects, and tests all in the same week? I don't know. But as we grew, we managed stress differently. Like with a walk around the mall, or just driving around the Furman Lake with music, or simply with a tub of ice cream and a good friend. We found out our professors are too actually human. They became our mentors and confidants, and they guided us as we developed our narratives of self. We've gotten so close with some of our professors that we are genuinely considering adding them on Facebook, and I think that's huge. But most importantly, we found our people. We now found people we love and trust so much that if someone asked, if your friend jumps off of a bridge, would you? We're like, how high's the bridge? I don't know. We developed a network to support and encourage us during times of sheer joy and endless laughter, as well as times of unforeseen hardship and pain. We've developed these emotional bonds through our teams, organizations, and classes, and met groups of people that had we not met them, our lives would be radically different. The last domain is cognitive. These past 4 years, our minds have been stretching and expanding through rigor and intensive thinking. We now know the difference between information and knowledge. And here at Furman, we've mastered the game of who can out-complain their neighbor about how much work you haven't done or have done. We've discovered that engaged learning outside of the classroom is amazing. We've had unforgettable study-away experiences in New Zealand and Ghana and Japan and Brussels. And we've enjoyed the immersive internships in cities like New York and Washington, D.C. that the Furman Advantage promised us. There are people in this graduating class who literally did research with NASA, and I find that hard to wrap my head around. We have developed intellectually and culturally, and we are so positively changed from it. Furman, you have sparked in us a curiosity about the world. We, class of 2019, have encouraged each other, challenged each other, and we learned and grew together. I want to thank all of you for your support and extend a thank you to everyone who supported us through this beautiful journey. Grandparents, parents, siblings, coaches, faculty, and of course, my fellow classmates. I would like to close with the best piece of advice I've ever received from a Furman professor, who just so happens to be my mom. Dr. Cynthia King once said, "Always be kind, always be curious, and always believe that you have the power to be extraordinary." Thank you. Congrats, class of 2019.
What a great word. Thank you, Amani Grace. It's the privilege of the university to recognize individuals whose life and work exemplify the ideals and values we endeavor to impart into our own community. The university's highest honor is an honorary degree, and we will bestow one this evening on this singular day in the life of our university. Would Eleanor Beardsley please come forward? Eleanor Beardsley is an extraordinary journalist who has reported on the world's most important events with objectivity, fairness, and expertise. A native of South Carolina, she graduated from Furman in 1986 with a Bachelor of Arts in European History and French, and later received a master's degree in international business from the University of South Carolina. She began reporting from France for National Public Radio in June 2004 as a freelance journalist, following all aspects of French society. She has since become an integral part of the NPR Europe reporting team from her base in Paris. She recently reported on the fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris and the Yellow Vest protests in France, and she covered 3 of the nation's presidential elections, including the surprising victory of Emmanuel Macron in 2017. She has also reported on arriving refugees in Europe, the Greek debt crisis, the first Arab Spring revolution in Tunisia, and the 2 waves of terrorist attacks in Paris and Brussels. Prior to moving to Paris, she worked for 3 years with the United Nations mission in Kosovo. She also worked as a television producer for French broadcaster TF1 in Washington, D.C., and as a staff assistant to South Carolina Senator Strom Thurmond. Eleanor Beardsley, as an accomplished journalist who has traveled the world, chronicling the most important events of the day, you have brought great honor to Furman. You have given others a window to the world through your reporting, and you have remained faithful to your alma mater. By the authority vested in me by the Charter and the trustees of Furman University, I hereby confer upon you the Doctor of Humanities with all of its privileges and responsibilities. As our speaker tonight, Eleanor Beardsley will deliver the commencement address for 2019.
Bonsoir, everyone. Wow, what a great honor to have this honorary degree and to be here tonight with you some 33 years after I stood where you are and walked across the stage to receive my diploma. And I think if you're sitting out there, you must have gotten all of those CLPs. But in case you're missing a few, this is worth 3. It's NPR, it's foreign, and it's a lecture, so listen up. I guess there's some of you who know exactly what you want to do with your lives, and that's great. But if there are any one of you out there like I was, you have no idea. And I'm here to tell you that that's all right. Life is a great adventure unfolding before you. Just a few weeks ago, I was home making dinner, and I got a call from NPR telling me, "Is Notre Dame on fire?" And I thought, of course not, but let me check. I turned on the television, and it was true. So I quickly called an Uber. I tried to make my way down to Ile de la Cité, which is the island in the middle of Paris where the city began and where Notre Dame has loomed for 850 years. There were sirens wailing, Paris was snarled in traffic, metro lines around Notre Dame were cut, and I could already see heavy smoke billowing above my section of the city near the Eiffel Tower. When I finally reached Notre Dame, the spire had just collapsed. I made my way through the tiny medieval streets on the left bank to the edge of the river, just across the water from the cathedral, where we could watch the spires glowing as the roof was on fire. The fire was raging. I stood there with thousands of people in near silence and disbelief as we watched it burn, the flames seeming to get higher, the streams of water not quite reaching up to the roof. Some people began kneeling and praying, others sang hymns. But you didn't have to be religious to feel the panic. Notre Dame, written about, immortalized by Victor Hugo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, is the very poetic soul of Paris, and everyone felt the rising panic as the flames would not go out. And it was at that moment that I realized that I wasn't just watching it as a journalist, I was watching it as a Parisian. For me, Paris always seemed the center of the world. It was at the cross currents of civilization. In Paris, you heard about places we never talked about at home, like Africa. I first went to Paris at the age of 12 with my parents. They're out here tonight. It was a trip because my father was trying to teach me French by reading Asterix the Gaul comic books together. Later, I would deepen my knowledge and love of the city during foreign study with Furman. Okay, I have a confession to make. I wasn't actually very good at French when I was at Furman. I got the double major because I got a lot of credits for studying abroad. Oh, don't get me wrong, I discovered France and had a fantastic time, but I just hung out with my girlfriends talking English most of the time. But still, The spark was lit, the desire was stoked, and I knew deep down that I wanted to be fluent one day, and I wanted that in my life somehow. And now I've been in the City of Light for 15 years. I'm married to a wonderful Frenchman. I had my son there. They're both here today. And I am a true Parisian. And when I look back on that, I had no plan upon graduation that would happen. It just happened step by step. I couldn't have had a plan because life is a puzzle and you can't know all of the pieces at once. You have to put it together piece by piece. But you have to start by following what you're interested in and what feels right and important to you. Not only will it make you the most fulfilled, but it's actually the thing you'll have the best chance of being good at. Doing what you believe in can also make the difference between having just a job to pay the bills or having a meaningful career. I was surrounded by history growing up. My father was a history professor. I loved it. I majored in history. Everyone asked me, what are you going to do with that? But as a journalist in Europe and everywhere, it's crucial to know your history. And although I never aimed to be a French teacher either, I kept up my French after Furman on the side. Don't forget those outside interests and activities. They can actually turn out to influence and play an important role in your life. You are more than your job and your major. I've done many different things, from studying international business to working at the United Nations and even Euro Disney, but they've almost all had something to do with French. That turned out to be the one constant thread through everything I did. I was always trying to get better. Your calling may not come right away. That's okay. Take the time to figure out who you are, what you can do, and what you really want. You must explore and try things. People change. You're going to change. Truth be told, the job you really want is not now at 22. It's going to be at 32. So you need to begin building the blocks of experiences, those layers of experiences that will lead you to doing what's right for you. You may ask, but how can I do that if I don't know what I want to do? It comes back to following the things that feel right and important at the time. Let me tell you about my first job. In the summer of 1986, freshly graduated with degrees in history and French, a lot of my friends had jobs lined up. I didn't. While I didn't know what I wanted to do, I did know one thing, and sometimes that's all you need to get going. I knew I wanted to move to the big city. So I started with that piece of the puzzle. I loaded up my old Volvo, and along with my good Furman and lifelong friend, Jean Margaret Smith Card, who is also out here today with her family, we moved together to Washington, D.C. We broke down on I-95, but we made it. Guys, I don't need to tell you how different a time that was. There was no email, no internet, no cell phones. We literally pounded the pavement, resumes in hand. And I had a headhunter, and she got me my first job offer. I was to be a receptionist at a prestigious law firm, and I thought about it, and I just couldn't see myself as some cute little thing answering phones and making travel arrangements for a bunch of middle-aged white men. Sorry, guys, this was before Me Too. And come on, I had studied the world wars in Dr. Bloch's 19th and 20th century Europe classes, and czars and revolution in Dr. Lavery's Russian history class. I'd gone on foreign exchange to France and lived with a French family. For me, there was a world of important things happening out there, and I just wanted a little part of it. So what did I do? This job didn't feel right. It wasn't in the right direction. I called the headhunter back, and I told her I changed my mind. She said, "What? Are you crazy? What am I going to tell them?" She said, "Why?" And I said, "I just can't do it." But what I did do is I went to Capitol Hill, and I found a job with my congressman. I was a staff assistant. I was still answering some phones, but I was also helping the people of South Carolina, and I was working in the heart of the world's most powerful country. I was reading the Washington Post every day like the Bible, and a whole new world opened up, and it felt right, and it felt important. And I tell you this story because those 3 years spent on Capitol Hill came back to play a role in my pivot to journalism. It was one of the crucial building blocks. I got into journalism in my 30s, actually, not so young. I began radio reporting in Paris at age 40. And I have to be honest, one of the reasons I pivoted to journalism was because I got fired from another job. I was working for a business consulting firm. It was very traumatic because I was realizing I'm not going to be the businesswoman I imagined. But when I look back, that's what made me pivot to something better for me. So I want to tell you, don't be afraid of failure. Do your best, but if something doesn't work out, it's okay. It could actually put you on a better path. And everyone I talk to who has a meaningful career, they all say the same thing. They all have some sort of story of failure that made them go in a different direction. Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." So I began my journalism career around 30 when I was hired by a French television news network in Washington. I had no journalism background. Why was I hired? I spoke French. There was a presidential election on the horizon, and they wanted someone who knew the American political world, and I did. So that first job in Congress helped me pivot. Opportunities will come your way your whole life. You have to know when to seize them. Don't worry if you miss one, there will be others. Let me tell you a story. In 2011, I was living in Paris, working as a freelance radio journalist, and at the time I was listening to the radio, and there was all of these young people protesting against the dictator, against the regime. And I asked my editor at the time, I said, "Do we have anyone there?" And he said, "No, why don't you pitch to go?" And I thought, well, really, me? You know, I'd never been to Tunisia, I didn't know the Arab world. Would I need a visa? There was no time for that. Well, I thought, what's the worst that can happen that can put me on a plane home, right? So I went. It's only a couple hours flight from Paris. I arrived at customs and I had to fill out a form. "What is your occupation?" it asked. And I tried to think of as many euphemisms for the J word as I could. Producer, fixer, researcher, translator, I wrote. And I got up to the grim-looking customs official, and he looked at my card, he looked at me, he said, "Are you a journalist?" And it was the moment of truth. What could I do? My equipment was in my bag, and I said, "Yes." And his stony face broke into a broad smile, and he said, "Welcome to Tunisia." And I knew at that moment it was going to be great. But what I didn't know is that would be the last night of the dictator, Zine El Abidine Ben Ali. He gave his last speech that night. There were massive protests the next day, not just young people who had connected on Facebook, but teachers and judges and shopkeepers. All of civil society was out. The police cracked down, the tear gas was being sprayed, the crowds ran. He fled the country. They closed the Tunisian airspace. And I, the freelancer, with no war correspondent experience whatsoever, covered the first Arab Spring Revolution for NPR. And guess what? I was kind of good at it. One reason, I had the keys to this foreign Arab society because I spoke French. Everyone spoke French. And here I was waking up in a place where the call to prayer rang out at 5 a.m. That's not familiar territory to a girl from South Carolina, but I felt great. I could communicate with everyone, and also I was, as the French nicely say, une femme d'un certain âge. I was a woman of a certain age, and everybody wanted to talk to me. So you could say I got lucky, right? And I did. But I was also in a position to seize my luck. I was there at the right time because I was curious, because I had dared, I had taken a risk, and I was following what I was passionate about. This kind of scenario has played out many times in my life at important junctures, and you don't always know it's happening. So I want to tell you, don't wait for someone to give you permission to try something if you feel it. Don't assume it's already been done. If you feel it, go for it. French feminist writer Simone de Beauvoir wrote, "To show your true ability is always, in a sense, to surpass the limits of your ability, to go a little beyond them, to dare, to seek to invent. It is at such a moment that new talents are revealed, discovered, and realized." You've worked hard and you've accomplished a lot. You should be proud. But your life of learning and growing is not done when you walk out of Furman. It's just beginning, really. Furman has opened your mind, exposed you to amazing people, places, and opportunities. It's taught you to think, to be critical, to be curious. Now it's up to you to draw on that, to go out and make your life meaningful. Decide what is important to you, something that feels right, and simply head in that direction. And along the way, enjoy it. Don't wait for final perfection. Life is always a work in progress, so take the time to enjoy happiness along the way. Always treat others with respect. Never hurt someone to advance yourself. If you treat people well, they will come back to help you. Our world so needs smart, interested, fearless young people like you to go out and make a difference. Oh, there's something else that you have that we all wished we had. You've got youth. You've got time. So I leave you with an excerpt of a poem by William Wordsworth, writing during the heady, hope-filled days of the French Revolution. Bliss was it in that dawn to be alive, but to be young was very heaven. I wish you young Furman graduates success, happiness, and most of all, a great adventure in the life you are about to embark upon. Thank you, or rather, Eleanor Beardsley, NPR News, Furman University.
Thank you, Dr. Beardsley, for your remarks. At this time, I invite our degree candidates to come forward to receive their diplomas. President Davis, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Camden James Adams. Kaylee Madison Allen, cum laude. Joshua Michael Alston. Natalie Elizabeth Anderson. Elizabeth Lauren Angie. Akil Rasul Anor. Joanna Catherine Arada, magna cum laude. John Peden Arkle IV. Stephanie Tayo Arrington, magna cum laude. Catherine Porter Aust, cum laude. Courtney Ray Baker. Madison Victoria Baker. Ian Edward Allen Bardwell, magna cum laude. Ansley Brooke Barnes. Brennan Donahue Berry. Francis Finbar Berry. Emmett Vandal Baumgarten, magna cum laude. Craig Klein Beckner. Sarah Townsend Belisle. Lindsay Ruth Bensick. James Jefferson Bergman, summa cum laude. Coleman Hill Bergsma. Carly Jocelyn Bernadovich, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Bixby, summa cum laude. Jonathan Michael Bockhorst. Christopher Philip Boyness. John Michael Boswell. Sarah Margaret Berlakis. Elizabeth Marie Burke, cum laude. Madeline Jane Bright. Louisa Christine Bristol. Mirabella May Brody. Peyton Danielle Brooks. Andrew Zachary Brown. Jameson Wesley Brown, magna cum laude. Second Lieutenant Haley Elizabeth Brummett. Paul Stephen Bryant, magna cum laude. Finley Virginia Buchanan, cum laude. Alexander Luis Birch. John Adam Bussian IV. Robert Benson Kane, magna cum laude. Noah Grace Smith Camp, magna cum laude. Karis Delaney Campbell, summa cum laude. Jacob Donald Campbell. Bryce Christopher Caputo, cum laude. Gabriella Marie Cardwell, cum laude. Hannah Marie Carroll. Caroline Leah Cash. Julia Claire Castanet, summa cum laude. Parker William Chuba. Aiden Moses Clark, cum laude. Margaret McDowell Clifton. Reginald Miles Jordan Cohen. Elizabeth Rose Cortez. Jonathan Caleb Crow, cum laude. Kirby Pilat Cunard. Kayla Christine Curtis. Alexandra Snow Cutler, cum laude. Kaylee Elizabeth Chozek, magna cum laude. Samantha Ray D'Agostino. Nathaniel Martin Dale, cum laude. Claire Elizabeth Davis, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Page Davis, cum laude. Marguerite Ramsey Davis. Vincent Emil DePinto. Kimberly Marie DeBacher, cum laude. Megan May Irene DeMar, cum laude. Max Kurtz de Macedo, cum laude. Emily Kate DeMonte. Robert Smith Dendy III. Joseph John DePinto. Amber Leslie DeSantis, Grandja. Nathaniel James DeSantis. Thomas Worthington Deschamps, cum laude. Catherine Avery Dingler, cum laude. Hunter Allen Deach. Emma Suzanne Donaldson, magna cum laude. Molly Grace Doyle. Caitlin Elizabeth Duncan. David Wilson Dunleavy. Chambers Johnson English, magna cum laude. Patrick Anthony Fagan. Eric Allen Fadley, summa cum laude. Henry Fetzer. Jonathan David Kodrowski Fitzgerald. Catherine Hoffman Fleet, cum laude. Justin Paul Forgione. Molly Catherine Foster. Samantha Tetlow Fowler, cum laude. Caroline Jean France, magna cum laude. Sarah Howard Francis. John William Freeman. Second Lieutenant Julia Jacqueline Fresney, cum laude. Patrick Sexton Fretwell, cum laude. Mary Catherine Fry. Hannah Noel Froats. Jennifer Margaret Fuchs. Margaret Catherine Furman. Benjamin Thomas Gamble, summa cum laude. Second Lieutenant Austin Lee Gardner, cum laude. Iris Itzel Gasca. Shania Janique Gaspar. Riley Patrick Gessner. Raj Anand Ghosh. Emma Mae Gibney. Elizabeth Walker Gill. Megan Mary Gillis. Ellen Elizabeth de Bernier Given. Dominique Alicia Gold, magna cum laude. Madeline Marie Gonzalez, summa cum laude. Rebecca Jane Graham, summa cum laude. Julia Noel Granado. Jessica Ashley Green. Frances Kaywood Habenecht. Gabrielle Marie Haddad, summa cum laude. Cassidy Suzanne Hadley. Ezra Harrison Hall. Logan McDade Hall, cum laude. Helen Grace Hardy, magna cum laude. Catherine Brevard Harmon. Sophie Marie Harris. Abigail Blake Harwell, magna cum laude. Gunnar Summy Hedden, magna cum laude. Corinne Elizabeth Hellman, cum laude. Chelsea Lynn Helton, cum laude. Elizabeth Hernandez Villagra, magna cum laude. Catherine Ann Hicks. Kevin Everett Hills, magna cum laude. Emma Caroline Himes, magna cum laude. Abigail Shaw Puckett, magna cum laude. Matthew David Hogg, cum laude. William James Holcomb. Samuel Thomas Holt, magna cum laude. Lauren Joyce Hood, magna cum laude. Eliza Brooke Hopkins. Mary Shelton Hornsby. Michelle Wesley Howard. Jessica K. Howell, magna cum laude. Brett Hansen Hebner. Weldon Sterling Hutchings. Hey. Phoebe Greer Huth. Peyton Randall Eisner, cum laude. Charles Sylvester Jackson III. Allison Rose Jansen, magna cum laude. Ethan Lee Jedziniak, magna cum laude. Vanessa Jewell, cum laude. Huemin Jia. Mary Randall Jones, magna cum laude. Rutledge Woodruff Jones. Samuel Patrick Jones. Alyssa Nicole Jure. Tess Christiana Camedy, magna cum laude. Paris Pearl Karstedt, cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Kendrick. Daniel Kenneth Keyrath, Jr. Allison Marie Kinney. Jordan Thomas Kipnis. Pierce Wales Kirkland. Russell August Klink, cum laude. Mary Catherine Knudsen, magna cum laude. Courtney Marie Kratz, magna cum laude. Eric William Kraus. Faith Cassidy Kressner, summa cum laude. Madison Amelia Kulik, magna cum laude. Nicholas McKay Cunnin. Aaliyah Amani Grace King, cum laude. Anna Elizabeth Coons. Rebecca Arden Kuzmanovich, magna cum laude. Hannah Camille Lacey. Lauren Nicole Leducer. Catherine Eileen LaGuardia, summa cum laude. Austin Caruth Lancaster. Sienna Marie Lancaster. Mackenzie Elizabeth Lane. Benjamin Hollingworth Lang, magna cum laude. Joya Given Lanier. Elizabeth Ann Leader, cum laude. Margaret Waller Leffingwell, magna cum laude. Derek Tyler Leonard. Christian Bella Leone. Teresa Lynn Lesane. Claudia Lauren Leslie, cum laude. Emily Ruth Marie Liebert. Jack Harrison Ligon, summa cum laude. Ryan Brett Lindler, cum laude. Tristan Isaiah Luke. Patrick Ethan McDonald. Gretchen Petty Mahoney, summa cum laude. Bradley William Marr, magna cum laude. Matthew Stewart Manzoni. Jordan Tucker Markazich. Deshaun Kwame Markley. Georgia Elaine Martin. Emily Grace Matthews. Mary Catherine McCarty, cum laude. Madeline Marie McChesney. Ella Pruitt McIntyre. Chelsea Makia McKelvey, cum laude.
John David McKinney.
John David McKinney. Catherine Agnes McLaughlin, magna cum laude. Patrick Mackenzie McNamara, cum laude. Jordan Marie McNeil. Benjamin Chapman Madrano, cum laude. Whitney Victoria Merkel, cum laude. Jesse Eugene Merritt. Courtney Margaret Metler. Isabella Marie Metz. Laura Kathleen Metzger, magna cum laude. Robert Blakeney Meyer, Jr. Isabel Lynn Michelle. Kirsten Nicole Minton. Janetta Helen Mistler, magna cum laude. Quincy Daniel Mix, summa cum laude. Amal Roddy Momani. Ansley Taylor Moore. Benjamin Lloyd Moore, cum laude. Ann Tyler Morgan. Madeline Linnell Morgan, cum laude. Jonathan Casey Mao. Clayton Thomas Moyer. Elizabeth Ann Mulderig. Sarah Louise Murdoch, summa cum laude. Mary Michael Newman. Jillian Teresa Newton. Christian Michael Noble. Kelly Lorraine Nolan. Second Lieutenant Howard Clark O'Brien. Tatiana Maria Oliveira, summa cum laude. Olivia Isabella Oliver. Mary Bradley Pasden, cum laude. Susanna Manley Pasden, cum laude. Michaela Elspeth Peoples. Laura Grace Purley, magna cum laude. Joshua Bernard Perry, cum laude. Gregory Robert Peterson, cum laude. Gustav John Pinsino. Julia Francis Petrowski, cum laude. Virginia Grace Poe, cum laude. Andrew James Powers, cum laude. James Quinn Powers. Ethan Soldan Pretch. Damian Anthony Privat. Madison Elizabeth Pulley, magna cum laude. Scott Mark Purvis. Isabella Quiros, cum laude. Matthew Brian Rafferty. Kristen Taylor Rafuse, cum laude. Maya Caroline Rawls. Jalen Anthony Parker Reed. Jacob Scott Riley. Jabari Aman Richards. Sharon Daly Rhines. Blakely Lane Ripner. Bennett Wood Robbins. Michael James Robertson. Charlotte Lloyd Robinson, cum laude. Dyson Von Robinson. Sabrina Sky Roof, cum laude. Mary Catherine Roper, cum laude. Andrew Joseph Sands, cum laude. Jameson Wade Scarcella. Brady Richard Shuck. Stephen Terry Schultz, cum laude. Nicole Hart Schwartz. Zachary Alexander Scott. Benjamin Drew Sedzniak. Brandy Star Sepala. Hannah Celeste Schaefer. Muhammad Zakaria Shafkut. Abigail Ann Shields. Shannon Rose Short. Emily Ashbrook Shull. Gabriel Rivero Silveira, magna cum laude. Rachel Ann Simon, summa cum laude. Grayson Masters Sloan, cum laude. Bree Lachey Smith. Kevin Jeffrey Smith. Wade Michael Smith, magna cum laude. Hugh William Staten. Amanda Denise Stegen. James Alex Steryes. Kyle Riley Strickland. Campbell Carolee Sullivan, magna cum laude. Adele Judith Tokach. Sarah Grace Takahashi. Aaron Anderton Templeton. Andrew Tete Tay, magna cum laude. Harmony Elizabeth Thomas, magna cum laude. Christopher Reed Tidwell. William George Tracy, cum laude. Ashwarya Tripathi. Gabriel Russo Troiano. Noah Anissa Camilla Trotter. Jenna Christina Tuccio, magna cum laude. Caroline Frances Tucker, magna cum laude. Madison Lee Underwood. Taylor Rose Bailey. Anthony Lee Baird, Jr. Catherine Marie Vanek, magna cum laude. Nicholas Mark Verbeck. Reese Daniel Vida. Isabel Cody Walsh. Tinyu Wang. Noelle Marie Warner, cum laude. Hannah Marie Warren, magna cum laude. Eliza Mason Watkins. Joseph Calhoun Watson, Jr. Kyle Stewart Weatherford. Catherine Elizabeth West, magna cum laude. Katerina Juliette Weymouth. Elizabeth Elliott White, cum laude. Olivia Lane White. Kayla Tegan Whitlock. William Parker Widhelm. Hannah Nicole Wilder, summa cum laude. Alexandra Marie Wiley. Bonnie Rose Williams, magna cum laude. Day Clark Williams. Jalen Malik Williams. Austin Ellison Willis. Cooper James Wilsey. Anna Michelle Wilson. Lawson Rogers Wimmer. Annalie Sarah Wingertz, cum laude. Kayla Marie Wong. Chadrick Ray Word. Savannah Rose Wright, magna cum laude. DeAndre Rashawn Wright Linton. Yun Hui Hyung, magna cum laude. Jacob Thomas Ibarra. Paul Yoon, summa cum laude. Dalton Craig Yunt, magna cum laude. Lunzen Jai. Ren Marie Zimmerman. Andrew John Zinzarella, cum laude. Garrison Dandridge Hogan. Wait. President Davis, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Liberal Arts. Tyler James Bennett. Doris Marie Childress, magna cum laude. Tyler Fulton Eckstein. Cheryl Ann Higgins. Bobby Lee Jones. Sarah Elizabeth Lusk, cum laude. Kelly Renee Redding. Helen Elizabeth Reynolds, magna cum laude. Susan Michelle Simmons, cum laude. Paul Cheatham Wiggum. Joshua Sanders White, magna cum laude. Derek Austin Wynn. President Davis, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Music. Emilio Joseph Alverson, cum laude. Charles Daniel Baldwin, summa cum laude. Laura Lynn Brickle, magna cum laude. Jordan Allen Chase, cum laude. Matthew Edward Christopher. Allison Laurel Davis, magna cum laude. Leonardo Andres de la Cruz, magna cum laude. Alex Dickinson, cum laude. Anna Grace Hawkins, summa cum laude. Brian Wesley Johnson, cum laude. Tyler Naismith King, cum laude. David Dwight Lord, magna cum laude. William Connor Lynn, cum laude. Benjamin Thomas Matthews, cum laude. Destiny Lachey Meadows. Chase Suchalit Mekdara. Melvin Lewers Robinson III, cum laude. Samuel Conrad Shear. Rose Elizabeth Shue, summa cum laude. Amanda Nicole Southern, cum laude. Kaylee Jordan Summerlin, cum laude. Bergsvine Wesley Toverud. Jack William Wagner, magna cum laude. Felicity Gabriella Williams. President Davis, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Rishab Agarwal. Simone Tedesco Alamonte. Sean Matthew Allwarden. James Pierce Beto. Caroline Elise Bear, magna cum laude. Jake Thomas Batchelor. Juhi Bahat. Rebecca Lee Bolick. Rebecca Marie Bosch, summa cum laude. Bailey Elizabeth Bradford, cum laude. Sophia Inslee Brennan, cum laude. Amani Hadaya Bright. Connor Davis Bruns, cum laude. Harmony Elizabeth Burney. Ashley Nicole Cabanillas. Celia O'Donnell Castellano, magna cum laude. James Parker Cecil, magna cum laude. Bernadette Nicole Cheney. Jianzhen Cheng. Prem Kumar Chakalingam, magna cum laude. Colleen Joan Christensen, magna cum laude. Melina Kurt, cum laude. Julia Marie Cianci. Megan Bryant Collins, magna cum laude. Rachel Emily Cook, summa cum laude. Zachary Cleveland Couch, cum laude. Anna Laura Caroline Cranford, cum laude. Andrew William Cromer, cum laude. Clifton Tucker Cross. Caroline Maria Daly, summa cum laude. Tristan Yi de la Cruz. Jaleesa Nicole Decker, magna cum laude. Mitchell Brock Dennison, summa cum laude. Maya Priyesh Dodia, magna cum laude. Madeline Elizabeth Doughton. Alexandra Grace Doxey, summa cum laude. Ross Warren Duffett, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Duggar, summa cum laude. Jonathan Andrew Duke. Madeline Claire East, magna cum laude. Haley Noel Eckert, magna cum laude. Carter Emmett Edmonds, summa cum laude. Luke Andre Eldridge. Krista K. Eubanks. Jock Lucian Evangelister. Ryan Chanel Farmer. Hannah Claire Feinberg. Scott Milling Finney. Alexandra Page Foster. William James Fravel III, magna cum laude. Morgan Elizabeth Fretwell, magna cum laude. Jennifer Reed Funston, magna cum laude. Reiwei Gao. Graciela Elizabeth Garcia Ponte, summa cum laude. Sarah Deneen Gibson, magna cum laude. John David Girock, cum laude. Namonde Matho Gila. Rachel Lee Godding, summa cum laude. Garrett Nelson Gomez. Fabiola Guadalupe Gonzalez Teos. Carson Elizabeth Green. Vidyagauri Gurivada. Yingshuan Guo, cum laude. Nicholas Bright Haight, cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Hall, summa cum laude. Haley Ray Harford, cum laude. Yasmin Ashley Harrington, cum laude. Mackenzie Ann Hawkins, magna cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Hay, summa cum laude. Philip Cullen Height, magna cum laude. Brandon Thomas Holston. Dakota Tyler Howard. Juliana Margaret Hudson, cum laude. Kathleen Reeves Huffman, cum laude. Lucas Allen Jacquard. Shamel Johar, cum laude. Jamila Johnson. Tatsuhiro Kato, magna cum laude. Akanksha Kaushik, magna cum laude. Allison Nicole King. Nino Kadwa, magna cum laude. Kirtan Dinesh Kumar, summa cum laude. Hugo Andres Lagos. Skylar Morgan Lambert, magna cum laude. Frank Lara, cum laude. Madeline Grace Lehman, cum laude. Jada Nicole Lee. Li Tian Jiao. Emmy Liss. Sarah Elizabeth Livingston. Mariana Fuenmayor Llanos, summa cum laude. Andrew Aitken Lull. Teresa Oliveira Lunsford. Caitlin Elizabeth Marikoff. Joel Vincent Marcotte. Second Lieutenant Anthony Cosmo Marino. Amy Jo Mason, cum laude. Caitlin Ellen Mason. Charlotte Reese McDonough, magna cum laude. Catherine Stallworth McGowan, cum laude. Amelia Grace Miles, summa cum laude. John Weston Benjamin Miller. Mary Emily Morrow. Sarah Elizabeth Moyd, magna cum laude. Alexandra Grace Murdoch. Parker Reed Murphy. Haley Michelle Napier. Dorothy Maria Navarro. Kenny Wynn. Catherine Emma Nimchuk, cum laude. Elena Diane Ortel, magna cum laude. Chinedu Maduabochi Okonya. Dipendra Parajuli. Brandon Matthew Peeler. Daryl Reginald Peoples. Sophia Elizabeth Pisano, cum laude. Catherine Marianne Peterson. Savannah Althea Clemens. David Yates Pritchett, magna cum laude. Molly Elizabeth Pruitt, cum laude. Rachel Sinclair Rank. Same card. Okay. Connor Sean Regan. Jeffrey Alexander Rhine. Chandler Joel Ray, cum laude. Brendan Patrick Rim. Emily Anna Ritz. Caroline Hope Robertson, magna cum laude. Jameson Harris Roberts, magna cum laude. Madeline Alexandria Rock. Gabrielle Christine Rodriguez, cum laude. Peyton William Roth, summa cum laude. William Reed Sanchez. William Von Harten Sanders, summa cum laude. Mutaz Mohammed Sarhan. Juhi Saxena, magna cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Schwab, cum laude. Jagrup Singh, cum laude. Emily Dean Sink. Kirby Elizabeth Smith. Isabel Anna Snyder, cum laude. Marina Maharuz Sorial, cum laude. Dorothy Tyler Spratlin, cum laude. Destiny Bell Sprinkle. Caroline Elizabeth Stanton, magna cum laude. Sarah Catherine Stewart, cum laude. Sun Yi Wei, cum laude. Margaret McGinley Swain, cum laude. Claire Julia Swift Christian. Eric Allen Taylor, magna cum laude. Hunter Catherine Thompson. Noah Maxwell Thompson. Sean Olivia Thompson. Caroline Marie Trammell, magna cum laude. Thomas Otto Trankel, summa cum laude. Nairobi Francis Tyson. Sara Vanavats, magna cum laude. Noah Christopher Vieira, summa cum laude. Bailey Catherine Votto. Evan Jacob Walker. Brady Guy Ward. Caroline Gardner Warren. Christopher Jalen Washington. Isabel Lee Watkins, magna cum laude. Emma James Wettenhall. Richard Evans Wetherill, summa cum laude. Jessica Ann Wheeler, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Marie White. John Bailey Williams. Peter Kenneth Wilson. Sarah Evelyn Wilson, magna cum laude. Sarah Marie Wyndham. Brittany Nicole Wright. Kei-Yu Wu. Miao Miao Shu, cum laude. Yixin Zhang, cum laude. Victoria Alexis Zimmerman. Luyang Zhuo. Berkeley Ware Scholand. President Davis, the Furman community is honored to recognize Berkeley Ware Scholand's twin sister, Hannah, in today's commencement exercises. Hannah is graduating from Samford University. The Scholand family would not have been able to attend both commencement ceremonies, so we are delighted to recognize Hannah's accomplishment here. Except I have to call your name. Come on back. Come on back. I got to call your name. Come on back. You walked before I called your name. It's all right. Hannah Stewart Scholand. President Davis, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts. Kevin Michael Brady. Adam Lee Cobb. Adam Christopher Devlin. Taylor Mary Gresham Flowers. Brittany Lynn Goza. Tristan Jo Maria Trammell Hunt. Matthew Robert Miller. Elizabeth Grace Pinson. Daniel Turner Thomason. Amy Hilburn Welsh. President Davis, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Master of Science. Nora Abualanan. Jessica Jude Accardi. Rebecca Lynn Bernstein. William Carl Crane IV. Carly Rose Johnson. Caitlin Dean Knight. Ashley Nicole Malachi. Benjamin Walton Mims. Bianca Marie Rosas. Michaela Marie Swigert. Victoria Lunsford Tamboro. Danielle Royal Tyler. Jada Tanae Wilson. President Davis, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Education Specialist. Lee Harris Alba. Paula Taylor Alexander. Marquise Quattel Clark. Melissa Bagwell Fletcher. Amber Carissa Jones. Brenda Scott Kelly. April Yvette Mitchell. Alanda McKinney Posey. Casey Simpson Russell. Candace Lee Strickland. President Davis, having presented the candidates for bachelor's, master's, and specialist degrees, Dean Peterson certified that they have completed the requirements for their respective programs, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, we kindly request that you admit them into membership of the Furman University Class of 2019. Congratulations.
And now will all of the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Liberal Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Science, and Education Specialist please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate degree with all its rights and responsibilities. Congratulations. You may be seated. And so our evening comes to a close, and we couldn't end on a higher note. Before we depart, I want to say a personal word to the graduates. Something brought you here. It may have been our reputation for outstanding academic programs. It may have been expectations about opportunities to study away, conduct research with faculty, or have an internship. It may have been because this is one of the most beautiful campuses in the world. Or it may have been because the size of the student body is big enough to enjoy a robust college experience and small enough to foster community. We build community when we share experiences, and during our 4 years together, we have done just that. Whether at athletic events, choir, or orchestral concerts, theater performances, lectures, Furman Engaged, or other activities that bring out the Furman family, we found ways to connect and form deep and lasting friendships. We've celebrated successes and comforted each other through disappointment and loss. You faced and overcame many challenges. You learned and grew along the way. You found your pathway and arrived here today. I'm excited for whatever comes next for you. You can go your own way. That's because I believe Furman and your experience has prepared you well for a successful and meaningful life. This commencement really is just the beginning of your journey of learning for a lifetime. At a minimum, I hope Furman has taught you how much more there is to learn. I hope that we have inspired and nurtured your intellectual curiosity. Use this curiosity to drive you to a more complete understanding of our world and its people. Use your understanding to make the world a better place. Finally, remember that Furman is not something to be left behind. This university and your experience here will affect your life and your soul forever. We will need you to ensure future alumni have the same opportunities you did. We expect you to engage with your university and the Furman family, and we hope to see you back on campus many times. Have fun this evening with family and friends. This moment of celebration and congratulations is deeply and richly deserved. We send you forth with great pride and affection. May you continue to thrive, prosper, and grow. Good luck and Godspeed. The alma mater will will be led by Grant Knox. Dr. Knox is a professor of voice in the Furman Department of Music. The benediction by Chaplain Vaughn Crow-Tipton will follow and conclude our ceremony tonight. Please rise now for the alma mater.
Will you join me in our benediction? Class of 2019, as you leave this place and seek to live a life of meaning, may you find deep joy through service and compassion. May you find true wisdom through patience and open-mindedness. May you find infinite wealth through gratitude and contentment. May you find purpose in seeking justice and crafting beauty. May you find authentic community through empathy and sacrifice. May you find real strength through gentleness and humility. May you be transformed by self-awareness and self-discipline and discover that inside you there is a capacity for courage, love, resilience, selflessness, hope, and faith. If you choose to cultivate these gifts, the legacy of your works and your relationships will impact generations to come, long after degrees, awards, and titles are forgotten. So go now in peace, and as you go, may the love that is the source of all beauty and wisdom, that heals all wounds and divisions, that comforts the suffering and challenges the powerful, abide in you and with you today and always. Amen.